it comes to like hustle culture is kind of a myth. People have good intentions, but sometimes it just got to be you and God. I feel like everybody has a lot of opinions about what you should do to get to the top. Resting in my own space and working at my own pace. And the things that I'm supposed to learn in between each season is what I'm supposed to learn in between each season. Girl, see, this how you know you're gonna be smelling good, honey, okay? Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm taking you guys along with me to get ready. I have a work event that I am getting ready for, and specifically, this is like a beauty event. We have a whole beauty rollout right now, and I'm not mad at it, okay? Like this right here is, you know, it's my area of specialty, okay? It's my area that I'm very passionate about. And so I am going to be on work duty tonight, but also I'm really excited just to be in the room, okay? So I've been working really hard, and please excuse the walls. I just wiped them down, or my cabinets, I should say. I just wiped them down so they can be, you know, clean, and they're currently drying. So yes, I am about to go ahead and hop into the rest of my makeup, and I'm going to show you guys my makeup, my outfit, and my perfume. So keep on watching for more. So we kind of have to put a little oomph into what it is that I'm doing right now. I probably got like an hour to get fully ready so I can get up out of here. But I've already started with like foundation and eyebrows and concealer and all that stuff. So now I just have to you know, do the rest of my makeup, which isn't gonna take long, to be totally honest. But guys, I'm like really excited about this particular event because I've been working very hard leading up to this event. I've been on photo shoot sets, so that's been a crazy, just being like up close and personal with, you know, different celebrities and their glam teams, and just kind of seeing like their transformation, like how they get glam, like what it takes to get to being red carpet ready, right? So it's a process, and there are multiple people part of their team, so it was really cool just to kind of be like behind the scenes with that. I created some really cool content centered around those photo shoots, so maybe I'll drop the links in the description box of this video, or include it in this video so you guys can see. But I've been like a beauty producer this week, so that's been really cool. I've been reporting and interviewing the celebrities on set, and then also I have been doing cute like little BTS videos, transitional videos with them. So I've just kind of been a busy girl like this past maybe within like the past couple of weeks. I'm like, whoa, this is a part of entertainment that I just absolutely love, and it's so cool to like be a part of it. Because like I've been telling you guys, I've been looking for ways to kind of merge my passions of like fashion and beauty with journalism, and I'm like, whoa, this opportunity is alignment, like in real time, in full form, okay? And I just really think that it's just like really cool to be a part of something like that, because I want to talk to you guys about the fact that sometimes we think we want these opportunities, and not saying that we don't, but it's interesting the way that they may come about. So I've always, like I told you guys, been interested in like the beauty and fashion space, and of course like media and journalism and stuff. And I've always been interested in like content creation and building my own brand, and you know, things like that, which is still coming, okay? I'm just kind of like in grind mode right now, just trying to make those things happen organically. But I bring it up because I find it to be so interesting that sometimes we think, you know, we want things and we want them to look a certain way, but you know, those desires may manifest completely differently. And for me, in this beauty space right now that I'm in, I'm like, I thought that this would have came about from like being a content creator and building my own brand, and just, you know, those opportunities coming about through, you know, like YouTube, for example, or like TikTok or something. But these opportunities, this specific opportunity has come through work. You know, like they see that I like beauty and fashion and I'm girly. And so the fact that they assigned me to this, you know, this particular assignment or aspect within my regular role, I'm like, alignment is just so amazing. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that the things that you want, the things that your heart's desire, I really feel like they're there for a reason. And I really feel like, you know, when it comes to like your heart's desires, like if it's pure and if you know, don't want it for like bad reasons, I really feel like, I'll speak for me, when it comes to the desires of my heart, I really feel like it's in direct alignment with the will that God has for my life anyway. Because I've been one of those people who always knew what it is that I wanted to do with my life. And I feel like it's consistently just been that way throughout my life. And I feel like I've, you know, sharpened it or maybe elaborated on it throughout the years. But at its core, like at the base level, it stayed the same. And I just think that it's so cool how, you know, sometimes it takes timing and alignment, and it just really takes everything coming together at a certain point in time, and you will see those things begin to manifest. And I'm just really at a place now where I'm just trying to, you know, sit back and take it all in and just kind of realize like the season that I'm in, because I feel like it's a lot of changes going on in my life as far as like my career. And I feel like people don't really talk about like when things are starting to happen for you, just kind of like emotionally what that does for you as well. It's like these feelings of like, oh my goodness, like this is finally happening for me. And then it's also like these feelings of like, I have to keep going and I just need to continue pouring into myself and my dreams and my aspirations and, you know, the things that I want to do. And then also I need to make sure I'm doing good at what it is that I'm already doing. And, you know, it's also just kind of like mourning like your old life or something. Like, I don't know, I'm still currently like working through it, but it's like it's so kind of like new, or it's kind of so fresh, although I knew deep down that these were the things that were gonna happen for me. I don't know. I'm still like working through it. If you guys can kind of put it in words, like comment down below what it is that I'm trying to say, because I just kind of feel like it's one of those things where it's like, it's not imposter syndrome, because imposter syndrome means like you don't think that you deserve it, or you don't think that you belong like in those spaces. But it's like, whoa, like now that it's happening, it's like, what is my life actually? So yeah, for all those who, you know, are dream chasers out there, my word is definitely to keep going and just to make sure that you are in alignment with those dreams and passions. Like, do your research, you know, see how you can go about just learning all that you can about it. And I don't know if that means like follow certain content creators, but for me, that's something else too. Recently, I've kind of transitioned, or not recently, but I guess I can say just lately, I've kind of transitioned out of even like watching influencers or really like following like a lot of people closely anymore. Like, I think right now I'm just so present in my own life where I'm just like, I'm trying to make this work for me in my way, and that's gonna look different than like this next person, or like this person that I once looked up to, or that I currently find inspiration from. I think it's a difference with like finding inspiration from someone and then also just kind of like being tied to their every move, you know. Like, I feel like I used to really like be tuned in to the girls, but now I'm like so focused on like what it is that I need to do and who it is that I'm becoming, where I'm just like, you know, the way that it's gonna happen for me is the way that it's gonna happen for me. And sometimes there is no blueprint. Like, sometimes you are the trailblazer. I feel like that's a word, okay? Like, somebody told me that before, like, maybe you're meant to be like this trailblazer, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what? Okay, like, I don't know, stuff like that where I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, so it's just like, so many changes are happening, and I'm like still trying to process it. Like, what does this really mean for my life? Like, I'm sitting here getting ready to go to a beauty dinner with like execs there and like a lot of, you know, celebrities and their beauty teams, and it's like, whoa, this is crazy. When it comes to like chasing your dreams, I'm like, you just have to do like what works best for you. Like, I just really feel like there is not one single way to go about it. I just feel like when it comes to our lives, like, they are so individual. And I feel like in the world of social media, they make it try to seem like we all need to look like monolithic, or like our lives need to be a certain type of way. And you know, it's so interesting because when it comes down to it, you're going to get to where you need to get to, regardless, is how I feel. And it may look different than what you may think. And it may look different than like the next person, because we really are individuals. And I feel like that's kind of like the danger of like social media. And if you look to like influencers or celebrities as the blueprint, because you would think, and I feel bad for the youth, because I feel like a lot of them think like that's the way that they're going to get to where they need to get to. And don't get me wrong, social media is a really great tool. I mean, I literally work in like media, the social media and media digital space, but I just feel like for me, that is a part of like my journey, but it's not the way or like the certain way that I've gotten there. But it's so interesting because it's like I'm still going to be in those same rooms. Like, I'm still aligned in that space. And really without my own like social media with like 100,000 followers is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm going based off like, you know, my education and just like my own interest in this space, and you know, my manager taking notice of that. So I say all this to say that sometimes, like, when it comes to chasing your dreams and when it comes to getting to like that place that you want to get to, I really feel like as long as you are striving towards it, as long as you are aligned with you know, your heart's desires and really just taking it to God, okay? Because this is another thing too. I feel like when it comes to your dreams and goals and stuff like that, definitely take it to the Lord above, honey, okay? So you can get that guidance, because he knows the beginning to the end and the end to the beginning. So I just feel like when it comes to you know, guidance and instruction and what steps to take and when, you would get those answers that you need through like prayer and things like that. And I just feel like that's really for me what I feel like I definitely have to credit to like where I'm at now, because I really feel like when it comes to like hustle culture, it's kind of a myth, because I really feel like you cannot hustle your way to the top. Like, something about that just doesn't really seem like, it just don't really seem like that's gonna get you to where you need to get to. Like, don't get me wrong, you definitely have to work hard, and you definitely have to make sure you are learning and you are growing and healing, okay? Because certain spaces that we are going to be entering into, I really feel like you have to be at a certain level of like healing and self-assured, self-aware, humble, and all those things. But I just really feel like hustle culture is dangerous in the sense of like, if you work and you not really resting or relaxing as well, like, you're gonna make yourself sick trying to get to where you need to get to. And then also when it comes to hustle culture, I feel like everybody has a lot of opinions about what you should do to get to the top. And if it don't feel like it's in alignment with you, if it doesn't feel like that's what you should be doing, then I say don't. Because, you know, just for me and my own experience, I just remember like my professors specifically in undergrad, you know, advising like certain things or certain routes that I should go so I can get where I'm at now. Or I just remember like certain veterans or like different people that I would talk to just to kind of get advice or kind of, you know, pick their brains. It's like a lot of people are so stuck in like tradition that they don't even, you know, allow their mind to expand to the possibilities of the fact that the world is changing. Like we literally have the world in the palm of our hands right now through like social media, through the digital space, and through like, you know, new interests that we have like in this age range or in this time that we live in now. And I just feel like that's why you just have to really stay true to who you are and the desires of your heart. Like if it's unshakable, then I would definitely recommend, like, you know, sometimes you may have to go back to the drawing board, but don't give up. Because I'm thinking about my own life. Like if I would have just gave up like on the goals of being in like the entertainment, beauty, and fashion space because somebody advised me or told me like, no, you need to go, you know, this traditional route, or you not gonna get to like where you need to get to. Like nobody makes it like that. It's what I remember hearing. Like no one just goes straight into entertainment. Like no one, you have to, you know, work in like these hick towns, like these small random cities, and like work your way up. And like after 10 years or so, then you can finally, you know, be in entertainment and be in LA, etc., etc. And it's like, that is crazy to me because that's not what God had planned for me. So that's another thing too. It's like just being careful with who you're speaking to. And I know people have good intentions, but sometimes you just kind of, it just got to be you and God, okay? Like that's how I feel. I just feel like, and a few people that you trust and a few people who really have your interest at heart because they know you. I think that's like the most important thing when it comes to kind of like building that support system, because a lot of people would advise you things that they probably wouldn't even do, or they would probably advise you to do things that they did do. But everything doesn't work for everybody, is how I feel. And sometimes your path is different. Like sometimes you're meant to kind of be like that trailblazer. Like sometimes you're meant to kind of not go with the status quo, and like sometimes you are meant to break chains, okay? I really want my eyeshadow to look kind of like greeny, but like just like a wash. I don't know, we're gonna keep playing around with it. And excuse this pimple, oh my, anyway, nature doing what it do. But yeah, guys, so I just feel like when it comes to stuff like that, it's like you just have to do what's best for you, and with you knowing, or how you would know, is by spending more time with yourself. And prayer helped me a lot, just trying to figure out like, what am I doing, like where am I going, how am I gonna do this, when, you know? And I just feel like that type of alignment, you literally cannot, somebody can't advise you on that. Like that's just something that you have to be like present in. But the reality of it is, it's just like, what tangible items are you gonna do, or what tangible steps are you gonna take to really get to where it is that you know, want to be? For me, that was going back to school, going to grad school, and basically getting re-educated. And I'm already educated in journalism, but I went back to school, grad school specifically for specialized journalism, so that I can be exposed to the entertainment aspect of journalism, if that makes sense. And so I just feel like for me, that's what worked. Because otherwise than that, I really do not know like how I would have got to this place. I really have been enjoying, you know, just kind of like resting in my own space and working at my own pace, okay? And I feel like that is probably the most important aspect of really tuning into yourself and aligning yourself with what it is that you want to do, is learning yourself and being kind of like in your own space and in your own time. When you are not working on the timetable of others or social media I feel like then you can breathe and you can relax a little bit. You can just kind of realize, like, you know, my timing is my timing, like my blessings are my blessings, and the things that I'm supposed to learn in between each season is what I'm supposed to learn in between each season. Because if we get caught up in like, oh, like this person is doing this, so I'm supposed to be doing this, or well, this person accomplished this at this age, so I'm supposed to too. And it's like, that's not true though. Like sometimes, like, we're all on different timetables, we're all on different timelines, and that's just for whatever reason that's beyond, I'm sure, a lot of our comprehensions. Like that's just something that we just don't really know. The only thing that I can think of is that you get things when you are actually ready for it. Like we can think we're ready for something, but I just feel like we're not going to get it until, you know, maybe we've developed our character in a certain way, like our morals are intact, our self-love and confidence is where it needs to be able to enter into these spaces. So I feel like that's another thing too. That's why when it comes to competing with other people, that's another myth. It's just like there are so many people who are so competitive and like they like to compare, and I feel like I've heard somewhere that like comparison is the thief of joy. Like when you are focused on other people and other things, it's like that kind of take you off your square. Like we all need to be striving to be the best us that we can be. Like that's personally how I was raised. Shout out to my mama. Okay, like she definitely was just like focus on being the best you that you can be. Like we were not raised to be competitive. Like we just, you know, move to the beat of our own drums, okay? And I feel like that carried me into my adulthood, where now I'm just like, you know, I'm just trying to be better. Like I get a lot of my inspiration from like Pinterest, or, you know, different like catalogs, like different photo shoots and just different things that I see. Like I don't look at like one particular person or like one particular influencer or one particular reporter where I'm like, I want my life to be just like theirs. It's like I want my life to be how my life is gonna be, okay? Like I want the best that God has for me as Anaja, okay? And that may look different. It may look, you know, it's just not gonna look the same as somebody else's, and that's okay. And sometimes some of us have to work a little bit harder than other people. Like everyone's life is different, everyone is set up a little bit differently, whereas like, you know, somebody may have inherited some of the things that they have or some of the opportunities that they have because their dad worked at this company, or their dad knew this person, or their mom, you know, knows this person. And then there's others of us who have to kind of grind to get there like the old-fashioned way. So now, guys, I think I am pretty much done with my face. I just need to add some lashes. So I'm going back to like my OG Ardell Wispies, honey. Okay, like I just feel like these were my babies. Okay, like when I first started wearing lashes, I feel like these were like the first type of lashes that I picked up, and I love them so much. They are just so natural looking. So I think I'm going to stack them though, because this is a beauty event. So I think I'm going to take 2 pairs and kind of stack them so it gives like the fuller, fluffy effects. Y'all, lately I've been watching like a lot of shows and movies that are nostalgic for me. I feel like that also has been like really comforting. Like it feels like a really big hug, a really big warm hug. Like I watched Mean Girls the other day, and like that's one of my movies, y'all. Like Mean Girls, like Sister, like That's So Raven, just like old shows like that that I grew up on. That's like no pressure, like it doesn't take a lot to follow along. And y'all, I've been watching Making a Band. Somebody like posted them on YouTube or something. And y'all, Danny Kane, Day 26, like that era, honey, okay? That was an era right there. I feel like it always reminds me of like a certain time. And I feel like I was so young like when it came out, but it just kind of reminded me of like my cousin like tuning in watching, like all of us would just be like watching it. And it was just like a good time, just a good like innocent time. TV was crazy back then, okay? I feel like they let a lot of things fly, honey. And you know, some of the things that were going on the show, now we would chop it up to being abuse of power. But back then, you know, same thing with like America's Next Top Model. Like, you know, over the years people have kind of called it out for what it is, but back then, you know, it was like a whole different time. The current setting powder that I'm using is this Charlotte Tilbury. I said Charlotte, the Charlotte Tilbury. I just did a twist out, and so, you know, this is the style that I'm going to be wearing today. So of course I just kind of need to like, you know, do these edges. But something really quick that I want to talk about too is that you just have to start. And I just think that so many of us kind of like overthink like content creation, and we kind of overthink like our dreams and aspirations. And I remember I would always hear people say like, just start, or like be consistent, and that advice would feel like kind of overwhelming. Like, what does that mean? Like, how do you do it? And for me personally, I definitely used to kind of like overthink it, like, oh, like the aesthetic isn't there, like this, that, da 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 da. And what I realized is that when you kind of stop looking at like all the noise around you and like all the people around you, how people are doing it, like, who's to say that one given person or one given way is the standard? It's just like, sometimes you just have to do what's best for you. Y'all, if y'all have like any recommendations for like dark lip liners, like that's in a brown, burgundy family, definitely drop down those recommendations below, because I just feel like my favorite one was from NYX, I think, but I lost it and I don't know the name of it, but I just feel like it was such a good mixture of burgundy, brown. That's like the vibe I'm looking for. So if you guys have any like brown girl friendly recommendations, then definitely let me know. So let me also pop these lashes on, and then we are about to get dressed and put on some perfume, and we are going to be done. All right, y'all, so I am pretty much done. I'm gonna do like a full body pan of what I have going on, but let's look in here. We are about to get into perfume, my favorite part. Okay, so this is what these are my newest pickups right here. So I have the Victor and Rolf, I think it's called Fortune or Misfortune or something, and then this is the Ariana Grande mod, but the one that comes in like this white case. So as my base, I put the Victor and Rolf on. Y'all, this is that girl for real, okay? Like, I feel like it's in the family of YSL Black Opium, but it smells like sweeter, maybe like more girly or feminine. And then I put the mod on top of it, and I usually just spray it like that. This is like really soft. Ooh. Girl, see, this is how you know you're gonna be smelling good, honey, okay? Mine is like really soft, but it's long lasting. Like, I definitely smell it on me like kind of throughout the day when I wear it. And this is my hair. I just like did my baby hairs. So I'm pretty much done. See, I'm trying to figure out as far as like my jewelry. Do I want to keep it minimal? Because I just have these studs in, but here, let me see. Like, ooh. I think I just dropped the earring. Like, do I want to wear these to match this belt? I think so. So yeah, I'm about to like get up out of here, and I will show you guys like my full outfit and all that stuff in the next clip. Bye.